Hello. El presente continuo como futuro, en todos los tiempos en negación. Vamos a ello. Okay. I'm not going anywhere this summer. He's not going anywhere this summer. No va a ninguna parte este verano próximo que viene. He's not going anywhere. Oh, he isn't. He's not, he isn't going anywhere this summer. She's not going anywhere this summer, or she isn't going anywhere this summer. We, Pepe y yo, we're not going anywhere this summer. O bien, we aren't going anywhere this summer. Pedro y Pablo, they're not going going anywhere this summer, or they aren't going anywhere this summer. And you? You're not going anywhere this summer. You aren't going anywhere this summer.
Ok, bienvenidos a la clase número 53 del nivel básico. Hoy vamos a seguir con la palabra anywhere. En la frase negativa, we aren't going anywhere this summer. No vamos a ningún sitio este verano. Ok, vamos a mirar la primera parte primero. We aren't going. Y vamos a practicar otros lugares. Por ejemplo, we aren't going to the supermarket. ¿Cómo se dice en español esto? We aren't going to the supermarket. No vamos al supermercado. Fácil. Ok. ¿Cómo se dice? No vamos a Francia. We aren't going to France. Vamos a practicar más países. No vamos a Alemania. We aren't going to Germany. Ok. Ellos no van a Italia. A ver. They aren't going to Italy. Y no vamos a Inglaterra. A ver. We aren't going to England. Y la palabra del día de hoy es hole. Y significa agujero. Hole. Muy bien.
Hola, hoy voy a dar clases de inglés, English classes, a mis compañeros aquí. Es que su pronunciación me saca de quicio. A ver, tengo un email. Es de Juan y José. Dicen, Michelle, we aren't going to class this evening. Okay. Another. From Maria y Carla. Oh, Michelle, we aren't going to class this evening. Oh. And another from Enrique and Pilar. Michelle, we don't go to class this evening? Oh, no. Tú en casa lo sabes. Es we aren't going to class this evening. Dilo conmigo. We aren't going to class this evening. Es que les debo llamar. Chicos, you are coming to class this evening. Es que necesitan estas clases. You are coming to class this evening.
Ok, en esta segunda parte del clase de hoy vamos a volver a ver anywhere, ¿ya? Pero esta vez en el contexto de una frase negativo. We aren't going anywhere. Entonces, en español se diría no vamos a ningún sitio. Sin embargo, en inglés no podemos repetir una negación. Ya tenemos aren't, que es negativo, entonces no podemos decir nowhere. Tenemos que decir anywhere. We aren't going nowhere es completamente mal, ¿ok? We aren't going anywhere. Ok, vamos a practicar con más ejemplos. Ellos no van a ningún lado o a ningún sitio. A ver. They aren't going anywhere. Not they aren't going nowhere. They aren't going anywhere. Ok. Ella no va a ningún sitio. She's not going anywhere. Y él no va a ningún sitio. He's not going anywhere. Entonces, recuerda, no decimos he's not going nowhere, sino he's not going anywhere. Anywhere en los frases negativos. Muy bien.
It's my friend Funty. Y no quiero salir con ella, jo. A ver. Hi, Funty. Que no vamos a ningún sitio hoy. We aren't going anywhere today. We aren't going anywhere, sorry. We aren't going anywhere because I'm watching television. That's right, I'm watching television. Okay, bye. Tomorrow night, nah, we aren't going anywhere tomorrow night. Sorry. We aren't going anywhere. A ver. ¿Cómo? We aren't going nowhere? ¿Quién ha dicho eso, por Dios? We aren't going anywhere. That's right, thank you. We aren't going anywhere tonight, or tomorrow night, sorry, because Michelle's coming to my house. Sorry. Bye-bye. Funty, we aren't going anywhere. Hasta que te renueves el vestuario.
Ok, vamos a terminar la clase de hoy con this summer. This summer. Este verano. Summer. No decimos summer, sino summer. Bajando la mandíbula. Entonces, ya hemos visto we aren't going anywhere. Y ahora vamos a añadir this summer. No vamos a ningún sitio este verano. Recuerda que no podemos decir no vamos a ningún sitio literalmente. We aren't going nowhere. Tenemos que cambiar nowhere a anywhere. So, we aren't going anywhere this summer. Vamos a ver más ejemplos. Ok, ellos no van a ningún sitio este verano. Good. They aren't going anywhere this summer. Sacando la lengua. This. Y con una I latina muy, muy corta. This. Not these, sino this. This summer. Este verano. Ok. No voy a ningún sitio este verano. ¿Cómo se dice esto en inglés? Muy bien. I'm not going anywhere this summer. I'm not going anywhere this summer. Ok. No vamos a ningún sitio este verano. We're not going anywhere this summer. We're not going anywhere this summer. Y la palabra del día es hole. Y significa agujero. Hole. Perfecto.
Yo, aquí estoy en directo para ti, live for you, with Sarah Collier. Hey, y hoy vamos a grabar el nuevo exitazo de este verano, que se llama This Summer. ¿Ok? ¿Listos? I'm going to Paris this summer, this summer.
I'm going to Paris this summer, this summer.
We're going to Paris this summer, this summer.
We're going to Paris this summer, this summer.
Ahora te toca a ti en casa. We're going to Paris this summer. Se pronuncia así, this summer. Ahora, todos juntos. We're going to Paris this summer, this summer. Sarah, are you going anywhere this summer?
I'm not going anywhere this summer, this summer. DJ, are you going anywhere this summer?
I'm not going anywhere this summer.
Rockabye baby in the treetop. Shh, quiet. Shh, be quiet. The baby is asleep. The baby's asleep. Asleep. Awake? No, asleep. The baby's asleep. Be quiet. Díselo a ellos. Tell them. Tell them to be quiet. Tell them to be quiet. Come on. The baby's asleep. The baby's asleep. Tell them to be quiet. Don't tell me to be quiet. I'm quiet. I'm being quiet. Don't tell me to be quiet. The baby's asleep. Be quiet. Be quiet. Tell them to be quiet. Tell me to be quiet. Tell her to be quiet. Tell him to be quiet. And I'm telling you to be quiet because the baby is asleep.
Hello and welcome to today's class. Okay, let's look at the sentence for today. Are you ready? Bien. Tell them to be quiet. The baby's asleep. Okay, diles que se callen. El bebé está dormido. So la primera parte es tell them. Diles. Okay, tell them to. So significa diles que y después que se haga algo. Okay, so we always say to tell someone to do something. No olvides esa to. Es muy importante. Okay, so tell them to do it. Diles que lo haga. Ejemplos. Tell them to come here. Diles que vengan aquí. Tell them to come here. Tell them to look over the report. Diles que repasen el informe. Again, tell them to. No olvides el to. Muy importante. No me digas, tell them look over or tell them come here. No, tell them to come here. Tell them to look over the report. Tell him to fix the washing machine. Okay, dile que arregle el qué. The washing machine, la lavadora. La palabra del día.
Well, that's what I'm telling you, Destiny. You need to have boots. Do you have your boots? You don't have your boots. That's what I thought. Well, tell your boyfriend to go get the boots for you. Tell him to go and get the boots from the shop. Yeah, tell him to get them. One moment. En inglés hay que decir tell him to get the boots. No se dice tell him that he, y nada así. Tell him to get the boots, o lo que sea. That's right. Tell your boyfriend to go get the boots. Tell him to go to Sarah's shop. He doesn't know where it is. Well, okay, tell him that when he gets out of the metro, the first stop on the left, tell him to turn left, and then it'll be the first shop. He has no money. Tell him to borrow the money from April. Yeah, tell him to borrow some money from April. It'll be fine. All right.
Okay, veamos la segunda parte. Tell them to be quiet. The baby's asleep. Diles que se callen. El bebé está dormido. Okay, la segunda parte aquí es to be quiet. Okay, to be quiet significa que callarse or estar callado. Okay, so to be, el verbo to be, después quiet. Okay, di la palabra conmigo, quiet. Por ejemplo, be quiet. I'm teaching, right? Shh, right? So, cállate, estoy enseñando. Tell them to be quiet. Diles que se callen. Okay, tell them to, remember, tell them to be quiet. You have to be quiet in the library. Tienes que estar calladito, callado en la biblioteca. You have to be quiet in the library. ¿Dónde más? Where else? You have to be quiet in the movie theater, right? Y también, ¿dónde más? You have to be quiet in class, porque tienes que escuchar, right? You have to listen. So be quiet. The kids are sleeping. Shh, right? Cállate. Los niños están durmiendo. Okay, so be quiet. So to be quiet, estar callado. So keep practicing. We'll see you in a few minutes.
I'm fed up of this noise. This is the quiet area. That means you have to be quiet. Excuse me, sir. Yes, you. ¿Puedes callarte, por favor? Can you be quiet? Please. Callarse is to be quiet. Not to be quiet. To be quiet. Dile que se calle a él. In English. Good. Be quiet. I have many things to do around here, you know, sir. Sir, but can you please be quiet? What? Okay, it's your children. So tell them to be quiet. Can you say, I have a lot of things to do. I'm trying to work, sir. Please, be quiet. Okay, now everyone's quiet. I can listen to my music in peace.
Ok, ya estamos con la última parte. Are you ready? Bien. Tell them to be quiet. The baby's asleep. Diles que se callen. El bebé está dormido. Ok, la última parte. El bebé está dormido. The baby is asleep. Pero usamos la contracción. The baby's asleep. Decimos to be asleep. El verbo to be más asleep. Ok, ojo. Asleep. Asleep es una palabra y con la A, empezando con A. Asleep. Not to be sleep, pero to be asleep. Por ejemplo, the children are asleep. Los niños están dormidos. También se puede decir the children are sleeping. Están durmiendo. Es lo mismo. It's exactly the same. So the children are asleep. Be quiet. Shh. My grandmother's asleep. Right? Shh. Silencio. Or cállate. Mi abuela está dormida. Are they asleep? Yes, they are. Or no, they aren't. ¿Están dormidos? Sí o no. Tell them to be quiet. The children are asleep. Okay, tell them to be quiet. My grandmother's asleep. Tell them to be quiet. The baby's asleep. Keep practicing. We'll see you next time.
Well, of course I can look after your baby. I'm always here, so sometimes people ask me to look after their babies. Oh, the baby's asleep. Shh, the baby's asleep. Oh, shh, shh, shh. Do you want to come shopping with me? No, 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 because you're asleep. Oh. Shh, the baby's asleep. Say it with me. The baby's asleep. Perfect. One more time. The baby's asleep. Oh, perfect. Shh, shh, shh. The baby's asleep. The baby's asleep. So April can't go shopping because the baby's asleep. Shush! The baby's asleep. Oh, whose dogs are those? The baby is asleep. Tell them to be quiet. The baby's asleep. Oh, shh, 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 shh. Yeah, the baby's asleep. But I want to go shopping. And the baby's still asleep.
Hello. It took me twice as long as I expected to learn Spanish. I expected to learn Spanish well in 2 years, but it took me 4 years. So, it took me twice as long as I had expected. It took me twice as long as I'd expected. It took me, no problem. That's very clear for you. Expected, no problem. De lo que yo esperaba o había esperado. Now, twice as long, 2 veces más tiempo. Okay, twice as long. Okay, Barcelona is twice as far from Madrid as Zaragoza. Dallas is twice as far from Houston as San Antonio. I'm 3 times as tall as my little boy. 3 times as tall. Curioso forma de decir 3 veces más alto o 2 veces más distancia. Twice as far, twice as long.
Hello and welcome to another class. En la clase de hoy vamos a ver la siguiente frase. Bueno, mejor dicho, vamos a verlo en español primero. Tardé el doble de lo que esperaba. ¿Cómo dirías eso en inglés? ¿Lo sabes? Pues espero que no hayas dicho it took me the double that I thought or that I expected, porque no lo decimos así, sino it took me twice as long as I'd expected. Empezamos con la primera parte, que es it took me, nuestra forma de decir yo tardé, que como vimos en la última clase, pues es una expresión verbal que nosotros expresamos de forma impersonal, empleando como sujeto la palabra it. It took me, yo tardé. It took him, él tardó. It took you, tú tardaste. It took them, ellos tardaron. ¿Vale? Entonces, it took y luego el pronombre que sea. It took me, it took you, it took him, it took them. It took me a long time to do it. It took me 3 hours to do it. It took me 2 weeks to do it. It took me 5 years to do it. Okay? See you in a bit.
I'm going to be late. I have a date with Felicity, but I'm going to be late because it took me 5 hours to finish work today. Yeah, it took me 5 hours to finish. Eso es, en inglés decimos, it took me, tardé. No decimos, I took. O siempre ponemos el sujeto como it. It took me 5 hours to finish. It took me a long time. No decimos a lot of time. Decimos a long time. It took me a long time to finish. Yeah, well, my boss, Harriet, gave me so much work to do. Yeah, well, it took me like 1 hour to clean the reception area. It took me 1 hour to clean the reception area. Then, the bathrooms. Yeah, my favorite. It took me a half an hour to clean the bathrooms. Yeah, it took me a half an hour to do it. That's right. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, hey, how are you? Yeah, no, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Yeah, it won't take me long. Okay, bye.
Bien, ya sabemos cómo decir yo tardé. It took me. Y vamos a aprovecharlo para introducir la palabra del día, que es chores. Chores. Chores es nuestra forma de decir o de referirnos a las tareas de la casa. ¿Okay? It took me 3 hours to do all the chores. It took me a long time to do all the chores. ¿Vale? Chores, tareas de la casa. Vamos a seguir con una frase. It took me twice as long. It took me twice as long. Yo tardé el doble. No diríamos, como decía antes, the double. It took me twice as long. ¿Cómo sería entonces tardé el triple? Pues sería it took me 3 times as long. Tardé 10 veces lo que había pensado. Sería it took me 10 times as long. ¿Ok? Ojo con 2 veces porque solemos decir twice as long y no 2 times as long. Pero a partir del 3 ya no tenemos equivalente a once, twice, etc. Sí existe thrice, pero solo se usa en contextos muy poéticos, ¿vale? Once, twice, y luego 3 times, 4 times. ¿Ok? See you in a bit.
Ole! It's a great day here in Spain, and actually it's a really, really great day because I have a gift from my friend Margaret. It's a sausage. Actually, a chorizo. I love this stuff because, I'm practically Spanish, so I love anything like this, a Spanish sausage. The thing about this is, it's huge. It's probably twice as big as the sausages from my home. Twice as big. El doble de grande. Twice as big. Yeah, it's probably twice as big. It's at least twice as long. It's probably twice as thick as well. This sausage is huge. Let's see what it smells like. Ooh, that smells great. It smells twice as good as the sausages from home. It smells twice as spicy. It smells very garlicky. It smells delicious. Anyway, I'm gonna go put it in my fridge.
Bien, ya sabemos decir tardé el doble, ¿verdad? ¿Os acordáis? Eso es, it took me twice as long. Pero ahora vamos a seguir. Tenemos twice as long con de lo que esperaba. Empezamos con twice as long y luego hemos de añadir otra vez as. Twice as long as I'd expected. It took me twice as long as I'd expected. I'd expected, pues I'd es la contracción de I y had, ¿vale? I had expected, de lo que había esperado, literalmente, de lo que esperaba. It took me twice as long as I'd expected. Expect es uno de los verbos que equivale, a ver si me sale, a la palabra o el verbo esperar. Y es cuando esperas algo con bastante certidumbre, ¿vale? It took me twice as long as I'd expected. It took me 3 times as long as I'd expected. It took me 4 times as long as I'd expected. It took me 5 times as long as I'd expected. It took me 6 times as long as I'd expected.
Oh, hello, my darlings. I'm so happy I got my job back. I really hadn't expected to get my job back. I hadn't expected it. Tú en casa, eso es. No había esperado es I hadn't expected. I had not expected. O con contracción, I hadn't expected. Repite conmigo. I hadn't expected to get my job back. Oh, and I hadn't expected Wayne to help me to get my job back. Oh, he's really fantastic. I hadn't expected his help. Where was I? Oh, I have to clean this table. Oh, okay. Well, I hadn't expected him to help me, so I gave him a gift. He hadn't expected to get a gift. Whew. I hadn't expected it to take me so long to clean this table. Falta práctica.